on the hunt tonight for a man they say opened fire in front of a Concourse Village school, sending one person to the hospital. News 12's Mike Lamort has the exclusive video as detectives search for the gunman.
Surveillance video showing what happened Friday afternoon in Concourse Village. It started with an argument at a stop sign. Both this man in the black jacket and the woman next to him shouting at the white van before charging towards the driver. Another angle shows them chasing the car as it rounds the corner on 156th Street. The man unzipping his jacket, pulling out what police believe to be a gun. Moments later, two men hop out the white van holding what appears to be a pipe wrench, chasing the duo into the street where the brawl begins. The fight splits into two different directions. That's when police say the man in the black jacket opens fire just off camera, shooting a 37-year-old man in the stomach. First responders say the victim brought himself to the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery tonight. This all unfolding around 3:45 in the afternoon, a time when neighbors say their Concourse Village neighborhood is quiet.
This is actually the first I'm hearing this stuff, but for the most part, everything's, it's a riot around here.
The altercation which led to that shooting happened right outside two schools. Students tell me they were in a lockdown.
Word to everybody. It's a school, it's a bunch of kids. People that live in this building got their kids,
Kids leaving school were met with sirens and crime scene tape as detectives worked to piece together a motive behind the shooting in Concourse Village.
Good Samaritan takes down a man.
I got out, he has a big knife.
Accused of attacking a boy waiting for the school bus. How the hero kept the suspect on the scene. And that new body cam footage shows the moments that a good Samaritan saved that 13-year-old from an attack at a bus stop. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. For the first time, we are hearing from that boy who escaped the chokehold of his attacker. This all happened yesterday morning at the corner of North Spring Garden and Clear Lake on DeLand's west side. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay is joining us live in Volusia County right now. So, Chris, you tracked down that good Samaritan.
Yes, I stopped by where he works, which is that apartment complex right there. I tried to get him to do an interview, however, he declined, saying he wants the body camera footage to speak for itself.
Just 1 week after 36-year-old Christopher Schwabel was let out of jail,
hey, what happened?
He found himself back behind bars, this time for allegedly attacking a 13-year-old boy at a DeLand school bus stop, unprovoked.
He's got a knife.
Where's the knife?
Where I don't know.
A good Samaritan ended up jumping in, armed with his toolbox.
Don't move. It's in your best interest not to move.
The victim shaken up as he tells officers what happened.
He approaches me and starts saying some stuff that I didn't understand, and he grabbed me and pulled his knife out.
How'd he grab you?
With both.
Go ahead and do it to your brother, if you don't mind.
And then he pulled his knife out.
He says he was trying to get away from Schwabel.
He tried hitting me, punching me a bunch.
When this man named Joseph Wells stepped in to help. He's the maintenance manager at nearby Point Grand apartment complex.
I grabbed my toolbox and defended against him, and then I tackled his and got him down.
He kept him pinned until officers got him in cuffs.
Where's the knife? In your pocket?
I'll let you guys take it from here.
That's just crazy. And I'm glad we have citizens that drive by and help others out like we do on this dead-end street. We look out for each other.
Schwabel's currently in jail on aggravated assault and child abuse charges.
Now, Schwabel was supposed to appear in court today. However, the judge says he was being too disorderly, so she postponed it until tomorrow. Reporting live in DeLand, Chris Lindsay, Fox 35 News.
Chris, thank you.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28, starting off at verse 3. One man beareth hatred against another, and doth he seek pardon from the Lord? He showeth no mercy to a man, which is like himself, and doth he ask forgiveness of his sins. Call Holayam La, Albanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat, Chodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect Salutations to you, speckled bird, you Israelite foreigners, and shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Sirach chapter 28, starting off at verse 3. One man bear hatred against another, and doth he seek pardon from the Lord? He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doth he ask forgiveness of his sins. And that's what you saw, and that's what you're going to continue to see in this society, in this captivity. You're going to see men bearing hatred one against another. And they're not going to ask pardons for their transgressions, their iniquities from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because nobody truly believes in the Heavenly Father and His Son. Only the ones that really acknowledge, reverence, obedient, devoted, okay, all the terms that you can think of to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai as the predestinated light. It's like a lot. And no, the mercy doesn't exist no more. Mercy, sympathy, pity, that's going out the window. That's non-existent. Okay, so you're not going to see men show mercy towards one another. And furthermore, you're not going to see stuff like this. You know, it's always Jake that want to be the hero, man. Always Jake that wants to be the hero. But if I'm not mistaken, these are both Edomites causing friction. You know that Isaiah 19 verse 2, Egyptian against Egyptian. Now I may be wrong on this first video, as far as the man to put out the modern day sword, which is the gun, but you know, this is still prophecy coming to life. And you know, these are Edomites running after this dude. And again, I don't know if the dude that had the gun per se is an Edomite, but the ones that was chasing after him was definitely Edomites. Okay, so you're not going to see no mercy. And again, nobody's going to ask for forgiveness of their sins, of their wickedness, of their evil. Okay, because everybody really truly believes in themselves. Nobody believes in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai first and foremost. And again, this is another prime example of the love, the consideration, the compassion, the sympathy towards one another waxing cold, man. So let's let the Bible talk, man. Let's go to the book of St. Matthew's. Bear with me. St. Matthew's. I'm going to read this in a different translation too. I like how it hits. So let's go to the book of St. Matthew's chapter 24. And I'm going to read verse 12. But I'm going to read that. I'm going to read that in the AMP. So this is St. Matthew chapter 24 verse 12 in the AMP. Because lawlessness is increased, and that's what's going to happen. Lawlessness, sedition, insurrection, all those things are going to be amplified in the very near future, you know, from day to day. Okay, because people are getting tired of the government, which government goes in that world, when you break it down, it goes into mind control. The people are tired of the government, basically the draconian measures and everything that's going to be, you know, continuously brought forth. Okay, so people are going to take justice into their own hands, man. As you see, like prime example, a Jake standing up for another Jake because an Edomite tried to stab him. Okay, ain't going to be that in the very near future, man. Every man for himself, man. St. Matthew 24 verse 12 in the AMP. Because lawlessness is increased, the love of many shall wax cold, man. So this is just a prelude of what's to come, because it's going to be way worse, man. You're not going to be able to dial 911. The police are not going to be patrolling the streets, etc. Okay? It's not going to be none of that stuff, man. It's just going to be all out judgment, all out mayhem, chaos. Okay? Again, sedition, insurrection. Okay, everybody, you know, attempting to bring forth justice and get results with their own hands, man. Okay, and I'm gonna, you know, make this quick, so I'm gonna get straight to the point. As a matter of fact, let's just jump to the next precept, because I'm just gonna get straight to the point on all this. Okay, so this is gonna be I like how this hits in the GNT, so I'm gonna read this in the GNT. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14. 2nd Esdras chapter 14 in the GNT, starting off at verse 16. You have seen many evil things already. Okay, because the things that we see, you know, in these days and that we have saw is wicked, evil. You know, it's just like, man, it's just getting worse and worse. It ain't getting better and better, man. And you know, as they say, you got to go through hell to get to heaven, man. that worldly saying, and which is true. We got to go through the trials and the tribulations. The prophecies have to be brought forth. They have to play out. Okay, so we got to go through that furnace of adversity. We have to be tried. We have to really show that we're about what we say we believe what we're about. Okay, because we say we believe this, we say that, but hey, the Lord's going to try us, man. The Lord's going to make us stand 10 toes, okay, on what we say we believe. Okay, so 2 Esdras 14 verse 16 in the GNT. You have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. Okay, as Yahweh Shai said, a time nor never has been. Roughly paraphrasing, it's going to be so bad that the archangel Michael's going to have to, intervene, man. You were going to need, and also too, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to have to lift up a standard, man. It's going to cause great miracles to occur. Spiritual powers, things that's going to have to, be implemented and activated, because this when the Lord puts a spirit on this red silverback cave gorilla, man, it's going to be, man, it's going to be far and above and beyond what you can imagine, man. Verse 17, as the world grows older and weaker, the evils that will come upon its people will multiply. So the evils that will come upon the people will multiply again. No sympathy, not going to spare, not going to have no compassion, not going to have no consideration, not going to give a damn about you, man. You think people don't give a damn about you already and they're selfish? Again, imagine when the Lord turns this red silverback cave gorilla up, bringing forth draconian measures, martial law, the FEMA camps fully activated. Okay, the Constitution is no more, man. They just haven't verbally said it and verbally publicly made it known amongst all you Babylonians, aka you Americans. But the Constitution is no more. There's no such thing as, and furthermore, the Constitution was never really for you regular citizens. It's really for the elites, the wealthy. But they gave you the delusion that you had rights. The only right you had was that privilege. That's it. It was that white privilege. That was it, man. But it's going to be great, grievous, horrific evils brought upon these peoples, man, because the Lord's going to bring that evil. Okay? And that's what you see. You see that Amos chapter 3, verse 7, I believe. Shall a trumpet be blown and the people not be afraid? Shall evil be done and the Lord have not done it? Yes. That Isaiah 45 verse 5 to 7. The Lord controls both sides, and the Lord's bringing forth the evil, man. Okay? So let's grab another precept, and I'm going to grab one where you're going to close out. Let's get straight to the point on these. Ephesians chapter 5. Y'all know where I'm going. Ephesians chapter 5. It's a lot here. Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 to 16. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So circumspectly goes into one definition, goes into cautiously, being aware. And a lot of people are careless because a lot of people are still worry free. They don't know what we know. They don't know what the hell is going on. As it says, man, let's grab this real quick. Salakia. I know I said this, the Lord want me to read this. I'm going to read it. I think that's 2 Thessalonians. Was that first? It's like it's 1 Thessalonians. Salakia. Because, everybody's comfortable. Okay, so 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. And see, that's the difference between us and them. We're aware. We're walking cautiously, circumspectly. We're, staying on our toes. We're like a midget at a urinal. We on our toes, man. Okay? And y'all are like a blind man. Excuse me with how I'm about to say it, but it's the truth. Excuse what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. Y'all like a blind man dealing with two women. You gotta feel things out. Okay, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. So again, Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time. Okay, taking this grace period seriously, really being focused, locked in. Okay, showing forth our devotion, our dedication, how serious we are. Okay, examining ourselves, everything that we need to do to show the Lord, as it says in 2 Peter chapter 1, make thy calling and election sure. So we apply these scriptures. We're not being hypocritical. We practice what we preach, and that's how we redeem our time, man. Again, staying focused, being locked in, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Also, too, we know these days are evil. We want to have that right-hand side protection, because we know what's going to be brought forth. And look, man, why do you think the Lord has a spirit on me? And I'm going to speak for myself, but other brothers do it too. I'm going to speak for myself. Have me doing what he's been had me doing, which I'm getting back into right now, as you see and as you notice, judgment videos. That's one of my gifts that I notice I have, is doing judgment videos. And also I can do videos that can motivate you and embrace you. Those are two things that I know I can do when it comes to the truth. I can go into the prophecies. I've done lessons on a lot of things. I've done lessons on the importance of Yahushua, a 2.5 hour lesson. I wonder how many Jakes watched that lesson when I did it, that actually took it seriously and digested that edification, man. Okay, but Salakia, back to the point at hand. We're being cautious, man, and we're being prepared for what's going to be brought forth from and by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Why is that? Let's close out here. Okay, because the point is made. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras. Salakia, 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, and I'm gonna read verses 1 and 2. Salakia, 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, starting off at verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come. Okay, which we're in these times right now where these days are coming, man. Okay, they're rapidly coming. Okay, the Lord is putting in work, man. Okay. That they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number. And that's judgment. Okay, that's judgment, and that's also going to be the salvation of the remnant, the house of the water that's being established right now. Okay, but we got to go through the process. The prophecies have to be activated. They have to be brought forth. Continuing on. And the way of truth shall be hidden. Okay, again, that furnace of adversity. The trials, you know, as the MOTB is going to come, it's going to try everybody upon the earth, man. And the Lord's going to take his prophets off of the streets, and this truth is going to be hidden. Okay, and as it says in the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11 on down, y'all going to seek those that mocked and scoffed at the Israelites. Y'all going to seek the prophets to get understanding, to know what's happened. You know, attempt to take things seriously then. Because, you know, you Israelites always half-ass and want to wait till the last minute to get right. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, because it's going to be hell out here, man. Okay, why do you think it says in the book of Luke 18, verses 8-9, it said, when Yahweh shall come back, shall he find faith? He's going to find faith with the remnant, man. The remnant is going to have that faith. They're going to hold on because we believe every single word, every single comma, every single period in this Bible. Okay? Verse 2. But iniquity, okay, sin upon sin, transgression upon transgression, as we read, because lawlessness shall increase in St. Matthew 24, verse 12 in the AMP version. Lawlessness shall increase, and the love of many shall be non-existent. Okay? Ain't going to be no sympathy, no compassion, no consideration for a damn soul out here, man. But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou hast seest. So like it, but iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest. So what we see right now is nothing compared to what's going to be brought forth very, very, very soon. This is child's play. This is literally child's play, because guess what? You can still call 911. You can still get the authorities, as you old Jake say, to come to your aid. You still have access to food and using credit cards and going to clubs and be able to buy some poom poom, all these things that you have access to, man. But when you don't have access to those things, again, when the Lord puts the spirit on this red silverback cave gorilla, it's game over, man. Okay, because y'all on playtime. Or that thou hast heard long ago. So, hey, man, it's literally here at arm's reach, man. Okay, you can turn around and see it, literally. All right. Hey, the prophecies is happening. The sedition amongst men, as you see, is being amplified intensely more and more every single day, man. You know, I was going to do these videos separate, but I said, you know what? This is a beautiful thing to do right now because both of these are involved with school. Okay? These things both happen around schools, man. So, hey, man, we here, man. We here. Call all y'all about Shem Yahushua. So I don't want to rock this out, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the truth. Sincere Akim wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.